And hello again, everyone. D.A., take it away.
Well, thanks very much.
And the message usually received, D.A., thank you. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Bogues out there with Marley. Then there's Antoine Jamison. And it's Silas in at the 5. Home in the paint. And for the 76ers, Malone is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. Then it's Kareem. And it's Chamberlain in at the point. And opening day is here. So, what are these players right now, Greg, feeling as they tip off this brand new season?
Mostly excitement. I mean, this is their first chance to showcase all the hard work they put in during the offseason.
Chamberlain.
That free throw good from Chamberlain.
And certain teams take on the attitude of their city. And over the years, Philadelphia has been one of them. The Sixers known for having tough teams, much like the town. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Well, right there, on display, the power and body control of Big Wilt Chamberlain. He just shrugs off contact as if it doesn't even exist.
Good, and Abdul-Jabbar gets the assist. Chamberlain got 6 points.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Jamison. Ryder, no good. And Greg, you mentioned the 76ers have taken on the identity of Philadelphia. In your estimation, how?
You know, you go all the way back to the 80s. This has been a team that plays hard, focuses on defense, gritty, much like their city. So they tend to play with a chip on their shoulder.
Here's Silas. Now the pass to Jamison. And now just over a minute played here in the first. And it's Bogues missing. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. O'Neal from long range. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Have mercy on that rim, big fella O'Neal, making it happen on the fast break.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3 ball back, but couldn't get it to fall. And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And the Bucks decide to take their first time out here.
And the Bucks are on a tremendous run here. The most consecutive playoff appearances since that streak they had back from 1980 to 91.
Boy, they are frigid right now. I mean, failing to connect on their first 4 attempts.
O'Neal. Rebound, Milwaukee. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And it's Bogues missing. Greg, and back to the Bucks. The question is, how much longer do you think is their window?
That's just it, Kevin. They've got the players to win now, and that has to be the attitude moving forward. They're built to do it again, just need to push all the right buttons.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure. And they also showed up in terms of that three-point percentage, top 5 in our league. That is a huge positive for this group.
And you just mentioned it. What a year it was for them on the glass. The sheer effort and energy they put into their rebounding was tremendous. Off the run. That misses off the backboard. Philadelphia's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. And that one is hammered home.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And the Bucks with possession here. 76ers getting the bucket. Back to Jamison. Over Chamberlain. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone. Oh, great ball movement there.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Got a piece of it. Abdul-Jabbar against Bogues. Timeout called the Bucks. Well, certainly, Clark, the 76ers, the past few seasons, have given their fans plenty to feel good about.
Yeah, and you know, those Philly fans are really hard to please. They have great expectations and knowledge to go along with it. But you're right. I mean, it's been much easier to look on the bright side in Philly recently. The talent and results have been trending up in recent years.
Dominique Wilkins, he's checked in for Bogues. From deep three-point range. Pass to Shaq. From deep. A new 14 for the 76ers. Good, and Abdul-Jabbar gets the assist. Abdul-Jabbar's got 4 assists in the game. Bucks trail by 18. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Jamison the pass to Wilkins. Over Abdul-Jabbar. Jamison, no luck. The 76ers have gone 7-12 from the field here in the first quarter. Bucket is good. O'Neal's got 7.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And it's sent back by O'Neal.
Nice timing on that rejection from Shaq, demonstrating why. You got to take him seriously as a defensive player when he's lurking near the bucket inside.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Here's Jamison after the Sixers pick up 2. Passes it to Ryder. To the paint. Here's Silas. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. O'Neal from long range. Offensive rebound. Three-pointer. And the 3-ball is good. He's got 12.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Shaq's gone 33% from deep tonight, 2 of 6. Pass to Ryder. 58 seconds left to play in the first. Wilkins wide open, and he fires. And again, the Bucks miss.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. That'll put Shaq on the line. Antoine Jamison picks one up. And the 76ers making a change here. Garnett's checked in.
Over 7 feet, big, quick, great hands. Shaq is a one-of-one type of player.
Now here's Marley. Oh, and he almost had it. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Russell, he's checked in for Nowitzki. Olajuwon comes in for O'Neal. And Giannis is subbed in for Chamberlain.
Well, the physicality of Marley, huge. He's a sharp-shooting forward who provides this team with a lot of muscle and grit.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And they get it back. From deep three-point range. And the 76ers get it back. Knocked away.
And priority number one has got to be the finish, guys, not the fancy stuff.
Here's Rollins. Garnett with the block.
Big block that time by Garnett, using every inch of that frame to get the block.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers.
The Bucks won. Fans, how about a big round of applause?
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin here for the 76ers guys.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Nowitzki is out there with Malone. Then it's Ewing. Then it's Robinson. And it's Garnett in at the point. That's the group for Philadelphia to start this second quarter.
And a big lead for them on both the score.
Hey now! Hey now! Yeah! The Admiral putting something extra on that throwdown, trying to get his guys ramped up.
On offense here, the Bucks. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
Garnett wide open. Good, and it's Malone picking up the assist. Malone's got 3 assists in the game. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
And not only that, their elite conditioning evident from the pace they're playing offensively. Boy, they are getting out and running.
Garnett with the block. And now here comes Robinson from the break. Offensive rebound. Malone kicks to Garnett. Drills the three-pointer. Garnett's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the 76ers.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
And home court advantage can give teams a huge lift. Greg, how different is it playing in front of the hometown fans?
It's huge. I mean, they give you energy. You don't want to let them down, so you tend to dig a little deeper when you're playing at home.
Now the 76ers with it. They've got an 8-0 run. Robinson, that's good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Well, Greg, we're seeing high schoolers now making 6 figures to play basketball. I bet you wouldn't have minded that in your time, would you?
Kevin Lynch.
I tell you what, it beats delivering the newspaper, right? It's still fresh and developing, but a lot of different opportunities are emerging.
Now here's Garnett. He's got 6. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
You know, in many ways, KG is the ideal 4/5 man. Can space the floor with his shooting and do the work of the center inside.
Here's Jamison. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Outside Wilkins. The pass to Lynch. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks to Jamison. Milwaukee, no good that time either. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. And the basket by Malone.
Yeah, this looks like a three-game shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
The Bucks have gone 0 of 4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Pass to Ryder. Ewing against Lynch. Here's Silas. Outside Jamison. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Malone dishes to Ewing. Banked in off the glass. Ewing's got his first bucket in this one.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Here's Ryder. Patrick Ewing picking up that last basket. Passes it to Silas. Here is Lynch. Can they get it? And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Garnett's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the basket is